whales are the largest carnivorous species of animal on the planet.
They're also very bored halfway through that fact. This is boring. So fucking
Interesting factoid about whales is whales are very rarely seen in the wild with any form of cancer in them. And scientists theorize it's because the cancer cells in whales are so large that the cancers develop cancers of their own that minimize the amount of cancer seen in whales.
I saw that Kurzgesagt episode as well. I'm not even joking, they did an episode on it, it was awesome.
Damn.
Nice.
What was it?
Kurzgesagt?
There's a YouTube channel. They do some really interesting topics.
German educational YouTube channel.
Right.
Yeah, cancer that's too big to be cancer, that it gets its own cancer.
Mega cancer.
They do a lot of space, astronomy videos as well, and some pretty interesting,
fascinating topics.
A lot of speculative physics.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of it's based in science. I'd say all of it is.
No, but it's still speculative because it's.
Yes,
this is us theorizing about what could happen based on what we can measure.
Exactly. And it's beautifully presented.
Yes,
it is really well done. Highly recommend.
Oh yeah, the animation team is pretty phenomenal.
Well, speaking about whales and speculative physics, do we want to get to this week's episode of Reflex Save?
Yeah!
It's a yes from one.
We're going to encounter a bowl of petunias as well now?
Yeah!
Possibly. Yeah. Let's see how far this reference goes.
You should have said probably.
Possibly. Do you guys remember what happened last week? No?
I'm pretty sure we committed some straight up murder.
No.
That was so good.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
The old wombo combo.
You guys were amazing.
Shadows and tsunamis.
And a spear chucked in at the end for good measure. Oh, and then
a fucking
Wodun found out that he can just chain the dead to his will for 24 hours after slaying them.
I can just imprison the unfettered spirit of a humanoid that is being prevented from passing to the afterlife.
That's not going to cause any sort of conflict.
Wodun?
It's an upsetting sight to see. Poor Limbo, he doesn't have his soul.
I mean,
sorry about that.
Yeah. He's not happy about that.
I was like, yoink!
This is so cool.
It really highlights just how terrifying you guys as a party have become over the last week or so. From guys that were, struggling to fight some half-size ice creatures in Goodmead to capturing the souls of the dead and causing tsunamis and shattering ice underneath people to just obliterate them.
What a great month.
Looks like we made it.
At the same time, Horacio didn't even need to banish one to an unknown plane of torment either. So
dealer's choice.
I know. It's a benign plane. But
which is why I say it's just a plane that's nothing but a 45-degree angle sloped down.
The plane.
You're just constantly falling. It's a limbo from anyway, let's not get into it. But the one key thing you did miss at the end there is that as you had demolished all of the whalers who were coming to do something suspect with a bunch of barrels and fishing gear,
they just waltzed out.
Yeah, they were just like, yeah, it's all good.
Good day, guys.
At the very end of that, a giant whale did breach the surface of the hole that you had you've been standing around as the last of the mercenaries died. What you do notice on this whale as well is it has on its back a sort of ship that sits that just sort of sits above the water on its back.
Shiphead.
It's got a ship head. Yeah, actually. I am going to give you a handout, so it looks like, and I'm also going to reveal the rest of this map as well.
While you're doing that, I just need to know, and you don't have to tell us.
Okay, I probably won't then.
Was that supposed to be a combat encounter?
Or
were we meant to talk to them, or...
There's a number of ways you could have handled that one. You chose violence that day.
It was definitely handled, I'll say that.
Yeah.
You have to remember as well with the way that this module is structured is you can get to these places earlier or later.
Maybe that's right. You were saying it's a bit.
So certain things will be more or less challenging depending on, when you run into things. And obviously, I've got some things that are probably going to be a bit more challenging combat-wise. But there is a way to talk to them and discuss whether you would have gotten what you wanted out of them, whether they would have acquiesced to what you wanted to do is another question. And that's the answers to which we will never know because you killed them.
Because they're in the ice.
Well, one of them isn't.
Yeah, except for the one with the...
He's physically walking around. He's physically on the ice, I guess.
Physically there, with a big stick in him.
A couple of them, I think, just sank to the bottom as well.
No one will know what happened to them.
So if you go to roll 20, and I
there he is.
Oh, what a hat.
It looks like he's saying, "Hey,
I'm walking here."
Oh, good joke.
And just for your benefit, the rest of the map is now revealed, so you can see what was also hidden.
To those at home, it's basically a sperm whale with like strapping all over it and this weird ass platform on its back that's encased with a bubble so it can go underwater and not get wet.
That is a little bit of a spoiler in a way, but I feel like it's something you would find out pretty quickly. At the moment, you don't see said bubble, but obviously there's something that helps out there.
It's a fake.
Look at that zoomed out picture. He's got a big bean on his head.
What?
He's got like a bean on his head.
Well, someone did cast Moonbeam.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Moonbeam.
Does he come with the complimentary beluga whale?
Yeah, so if you remember at the very end of that, I was saying that there were some porpoises / dolphins that were, frolicking around him when he appeared.
Frolicking the bean.
That sounds like a euphemism, but it's not.
I'd pay for that.
So, when this whale appears, I'm assuming that you're all looking at it I mean, how is it surprising to you? Is this what you're expecting?
Yeah, Horacio is just blown away that it's actually true.
The rumors are true.
Like, obviously, the indications were that it was there. Not many people had seen it for a while. But then when you actually see it up close in person and you realise that this is actually a physical thing, yeah, he's pretty blown away.
Let me just throw that on
Yeah.
there as well.
Whoa! Is that
That's its real token, yes.
Is it? What is that? Gargantuan?
I think Gargantuan is, in fact, you are correct there.
So level up. Is that how it works?
It's not how this works.
You got the correct answer. You level up.
It is a gargantuan creature, though, for specific. So that would be 20 by 20 in terms of token size. And you see it rise out of the hole with the little dancing dolphins off beside it, and it shifts its head side to side. The ship on its back just shakes ever so slightly, and you look at its head and its eyes are just above the surface, like where the ice is. And then you hear a voice. Who has summoned me?
It was him. I point to Horatio.
Oh,
Did you ring the bell?
It was me!
Oh, it was him. It was that one.
The little one.
His giant bulk shifts so that one of its eyes can see Carnelian. Why have you summoned me, little kobold?
My friends and I seek passage across the sea of moving ice. Shit, what was the island we were going to?
I don't think we know the name of the island. It's just an island shrouded in fog.
Yeah, the location of...
there is an island shrouded in fog in the sea of moving ice that we are attempting to locate some magical artifacts on.
Some sort of god lives there who's controlling the winter.
Oriel is her name.
Might have seen her.
You speak of Oriel's lair.
Yes, that's the one. Do you know where it is?
I know Oriel's lair. I know everywhere in the sea of moving ice.
Perfect. You sound like just the whale for the job.
Why should I help you, humans, mortals?
Well, before I answer, what are your feelings about Oriel?
I dislike her bird.
Okay. And Oriel herself?
Her bird sucks. We have been in fights before.
How big is this bird?
Too big for bird.
Wow. Well, I'm starting to hate it as well.
Like a giant eagle, or is it like a rock, or...
The giant rock is an abomination.
Angujuk, should we fear this bird more than Oriel herself if we seek passage and entrance to her lair?
No. That is a stupid thing to say about a god.
Okay.
I don't like the bird.
Okay, what if we kill the bird? You have to take us to the bird to kill it. We'll snap its neck.
Yeah.
With all of our hands, because it sounds enormous.
How about this? You drive, we'll shoot. We'll take down the bird together.
Why should I trust you?
Hey, we hate birds. Look at this. I point to the dead bird in the water.
Carnelian's gonna ooh, because we're famous heroes. We've been helping the people of the Dale. That's why we're trying to end the winter.
I don't care about the people in the Dale. Many of them have tried to kill me.
You mean like the ones over there? Points at the blood on the ice.
His entire bulk shifts around until one eye looks at the smears of blood leading to bodies across the ice. You killed them.
Yes. I don't like whalers. I don't like poaching people in general.
They were here to kill me.
That's what we assumed.
He shifts around again till one giant eye looks over the ice, and he's like, the whole bulk just like tilts over the ice, looking directly at Carnelian and says, I like you.
Carnelian smiles.
The literal opposite of a giant bird is Carnelian. Small lizard.
Tiny lizard.
Wait, you make a nest too? I hate you. You have bought food for me. You have killed my enemies. And his mouth opens up and all this water starts rushing in as he like takes this giant chomp of the wing of the vulture that you guys killed and drags it under the water.
Nice.
After about half a minute or so, he resurfaces. I will take you where you need to go.
Nice. Thank you, great Angajuk.
You truly are magnificent.
I get that a lot.
Me too.
He's not lying, he does.
When do you little mortals wish to leave?
As soon as is convenient.
Now?
Yeah, right now. Sounds good.
Then jump in the boat. You may have to leave some behind. I cannot fit all your sleds and dogs.
How many... is it like... obvious how many things could fit on the...
I'm going to say, and this is just for your benefit, all of you can fit. Valine can fit. You can also fit at least two of the kobolds that you've got with you. Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't then also be able to fit all the dogs, all the sleds, and all the gear. Mm-hmm. So you have to make a decision of what you can fit there and what you leave behind. Mm-hmm. Well, it seems that we have a bit of a dilemma. How about we leave the sleds behind? I'm unsure if we would need them on the island we are going to. I don't believe it is that big.
It makes sense, Valine, yeah.
Should we leave some... Should we leave Salt and Pepper behind then to look after them?
Oh, sticks and stones and some of the other kobolds, yes. I think it would be prudent to have some sort of defense for the sleds. Sticks, stones, would you mind staying terribly? I know that you were looking to head home soon. I mean, we're getting paid. Can we get paid? I mean, we'll do it, but it'd just be nice. Does anyone want to chip in for our valet?
I didn't know we had to pay them.
I mean, they're leaving soon. I mean, I can pay if you want. I just think of it as a tip for them. Be such good sports.
I don't do tipping.
Oh, that's horrible of you.
My tip to them is to take shelter in that hut over there.
Ah, yes, the abandoned hut. Well, it should at least make for a good lodgings, I think. Good enough.
How long do we think we're going to be gone? Probably only a couple of days. Let's...
Hunger joke. What's the, how long until we get to the island?
The journey will take 3 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a long way.
That is not adjusted.
Damn.
Yeah, how far is it?
Well, 3 days there, 3 days back. I'll give Sticks and Stones 3 gold pieces each.
Thanks, Carnelian. Sure, we'll keep the sled safe. You're going to keep the dogs as well, I guess.
Well, the dogs are important for the sleds.
Yeah, I think so.
Carnelian, is that an appropriate amount to tip a kobold?
This isn't a tip. This would be like... 5 silver is like a day's wage for most people in the 10 towns. I think this is like a fair day's pay. For, dog sitting and sled minding.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll match your contribution. 3 and 3. Mum and Dad. Wait, what were your names?
Kath and Kim.
Bob and Bill and Ted.
Let's run through the list. Bonnie and Clyde's on there too. Sticks and stones, if you will.
Very good. I was jesting.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yes, I get that a lot. Stones?
I'm Sticks.
Oh.
Wait, can you not tell us apart?
Are they very visually similar?
Not particularly. Sorry, not particularly different. I thought you were going the other way.
No.
Yeah, they look very similar, like brothers.
Well, I'm gonna come clean with you, Sticks. I can't tell. I just took a 50-50.
Well, at least he's honest.
I'm a work in progress, Sticks.
Oh no, he's the honest one. It's Wodun you got to watch out for with the lies.
Whoa. Wow. That's fair. I was about to lie to a gigantic sperm whale.
So man, good thing I stepped in there.
So I assume you might also want to take Otto and Dogcliff as well as part of your party, and obviously
Chucky.
That will all fit if you don't take the sleds and the dogs.
Are we taking on Dogcliff?
Yes.
Okay.
What if we... Who will tell them if we've died? They need to see the death.
I need to confirm it.
That's true.
Confirm the kill.
Well, I also suppose I'll have to leave a lot of my normal possessions behind. I'll have to pack light, I suppose.
What do you mean? What are you leaving behind?
Well, normally I have enough reagents and material components that I leave on the cart for my various spellcastings. But, and also more luxury goods that generally others can carry for me. However, if I'm unable to take them, I'll just have to keep a single bag, I suppose.
I can carry a second bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing, thank you.
What do you got for me?
Oh, well, if I can pack an extra bag, then I can go and get some makeup, and I can go and put some extra...
Makeup
She just goes into like a small list of very luxury items.
Actually, if I have a,
You're okay with a small chest, are you?
yeah, if I have a lipstick, I can cast Disintegrate.
Oh, excellent.
Really?
I didn't know that was a spell component for lipstick,
Yeah,
but your patron must definitely do things differently than I. So she excitedly starts packing a small bag that she's going to take and a somewhat larger chest you can see piling things in. And if you take a moment to sort of look at what she's putting in, there's a few goods in there that could probably stand that she could be without for a little while. But since you've offered,
Yeah, I'll take it.
suppose you can have your new spirit friend just carry it for you.
Yeah,
I
where
don't
is
think
it?
he
What's it
has. I
doing?
don't think he's incorporeal. I don't think he
Yeah.
can carry anything.
He's just floating there next to you.
I don't. Does he even have like a strength score?
Yes, -5.
So 0 or 1.
Yeah.
This is the chance.
Wow, he sucks.
His damage
doesn't sound
damage
good.
is absolutely not in like him punching you. It's in the touch and then like the secondary effect.
Yeah.
He's
That most incorporeal undead are like way more dangerous than the damage they do
Yeah.
lets on.
They don't damage you much. They do other things, and it's worse. Okay, so Angajuk then is sort of like he's waiting for you guys to board. Then, if you guys are ready to take off.
Carnelian is going to board right away because he has all his stuff with him.
Mhm.
Chucky, aboard!
You scamper up the side of the whale and onto the ship.
Sweater will give him a hug to feel his skin and the texture of him, and then climb aboard with Otto and Dogcliff.
Horacio was about to get on board, but seeing this display, he's going to just stop and watch. Just work out what you're doing and let you finish hugging it and then get on, and then I'll follow you on.
Quietly, I look up the texture of sperm whale.
Careful with how you
I
structure that
almost-
request.
I mean, it's probably similar to like the smaller varieties of whales is probably like sleek.
yeah, probs.
I'm not going to say that with authority. There's a lot of probablys in that statement.
A lot of uncertainties.
Feline, if this is mascara, I'm definitely trying it. And Wodun will climb on the board as well.
Oh, feel free, Wodun. And she follows you up there. Sperm whale skin. I don't know. It feels definitely like sperm whale skin. Whatever that feels like. I
yes.
assume somewhat slick and blubbery.
Not hairy at all.
Not hairy. Definitely not hairy. He gives you a little nod when you give him a hug. And you also join the rest of the party up, as well as Horacio, after watching the little cute display. You see, as you're boarding the ship, you can see the kobolds all arranging the carts, and they're taking stuff out and putting it into the little hut that you have there. You can see they're talking amongst themselves. There's a couple of them that are just walking to and fro with boxes, and Sticks and Stones seem to be in somewhat of authority there.
Love me a whale ride.
After a couple minutes, once you guys have gotten yourselves sorted, you feel the heft of Angajuk as he starts to sink below the surface. And the water level rises and rises and rises up to the boat. And then as he sinks further underwater, you can see that it's going to come spilling over the boat, only for it to break and form a bubble over the top of the boat so that you can sit there and breathe.
Whoa. That made me uncomfortable.
That's what the pirate said, that this is what it does.
But it's
I
one
know.
thing to hear
Yeah.
it said, but it's another to see it, to experience it.
I
Exactly.
mean, we're not going to drown right away. I mean,
Wish I had your confidence.
the chest full of makeup probably would have been ruined. But I don't think we were in any danger of drowning.
What are the stats on whale travel? Are we safe? Pretty statistically safe, is it?
And then a voice comes echoing through the water and seems to resonate in the bubble, says, "There are not many who would challenge Angajuk in open water."
I would.
You wouldn't fight a whale.
You're going to 1v1 a whale?
Yeah, I would.
Can I watch?
Fathoms and fathoms of deep, the bubble pops.
He says it really quietly, though.
I just had an idea for a
Open
piece.
too.
It's like Wodun's face with a whale next to it, with the texture of like you wouldn't download a movie, but you would fight a whale.
You wouldn't fight a whale.
That stupid song in the background. Yeah, sorry, go on. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you're right, though. It's one thing to hear about how this might work, and another thing to witness the water come rising up over the boat and then just suddenly stopping and forming this wall of water being kept out. And as you sink into the depths, you see the bottoms of those icebergs that were tall when you saw them above the surface, but there was so much of it sunk beneath, and this kind of blue light filters through, giving you a dim but sort of spectacular view of under the water.
How deep is it?
Where you are now, it's probably only 60 feet deep, but we're at the shoreline, and quickly Angajuk starts moving away, and it gets deeper and deeper until the point where he's staying where there's some light, like there's a little bit of light penetration, all that blue light, so you're probably not too deep underwater right now, but it is certainly dark below you. You look down...
Is it cold?
Well, yeah, but you are in the bubble. So whilst you're in there, you sort of feel that the temperature's quite comfortable. And there's
control.
Yeah, there's also a little bit of lip to the bubble, so you can sort of poke your head overboard and look down, and if you look down, it's just darkness below.
I mean, the bubble is pressurized, right? So it would retain heat really well.
Yeah, but it's like a glass window, right? The cold would come through.
Not if the... Carnelian's not a physicist, he doesn't know that.
Do we want a bit of extra light in here, or do we not want to draw attention to ourselves under the water?
Maybe ask Angajuk himself.
Angajuk, we're good for some light?
You may find light and life under here spectacular to behold. I recommend it.
Cool.
That sounds like a yes to light.
I'll cast light on a random piton from my backpack.
I'll cast light on the tip of Angajuk's little knob thing.
Be really careful how you phrase that.
Prow of the boat.
His horn. His platform tip. There you go, Angajuk. That should help you. Maybe, probably not, but it's helping us.
So you light up with this piton and this, the tip of Angajuk's knob, and the light stretches out into the darkness below, and you hear him say, "Good, then we shall see some sights," as he dives deeper and deeper, and the light that you did have above you, the blue light that was filtering through, is now all but gone. The only light here under here is your own, that stretches out into the darkness and quickly fades away.
I just shivered. Like in real life, I just shivered.
Don't think about the thousands of tons of water like directly between you and the air that you breathe.
Me and the sea monsters.
This bubble will hold. Right.
Angajuk takes you deeper, and what was before these icebergs, you could see the gigantic bulk of them sitting under the water. They even at this depth, they start to fade away. You're obviously getting quite deep. And at a certain point, you feel Angajuk leveling out, and he starts just sort of... You now have, and I'm going to say this with absolute certainty, even with perfect survival checks, you have no idea where you are. This is unfamiliar to anyone, I think, any one of you, in terms of navigation, in terms of the terrain you're used to, and then having this intelligent animal call all the shots in complete darkness. You have to trust that this creature is going to take you where you're wanting to go. So you feel him turning in the darkness as well. And suddenly, what you do realize is that you're skimming along the bottom of the ocean. He's taken you quite deep, and the light stretching out, you hear this resonating voices. Coming up, you can see some fantastic shipwrecks, which were battles from long, long ago. And as you start drifting into this wide open space, you can see, almost like ghosts in the distance coming into your light's view, these snapped masks and wrecked hulks of ships. He's taken you to some kind of battlefield long ago. And these almost eerie sight of seeing no humans, although you see plenty of fish scampering around the edges of your bubble and other sort of plant life growing on the bottom, but these eerie shapes and ships of once grand vessels from above the sea, now at the bottom.
Damn, I wonder who was fighting a naval battle in the sea of moving ice.
Yeah, super badass. But there's some cool stuff on there.
Oh, maybe relics from Schult if they're from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. Should I perhaps use a spell to locate the nearest chest?
We got 3. So, just out of character, we got like 3 days, so we'll be able to have some rest.
Okay,
so
let's do it. Because
well.
with locate object, you can also detect the nearest object of a certain type. So I can say, "Where's the nearest chest?"
Right here, baby.
It might
Mama.
it might ping Viline's
Viline.
chest.
Is it a chest that she's got?
She does have.
She did.
Chest
Yeah, we'll
filled
make
with
up chest.
everything.
Okay. Good point.
Maybe she's born with it.
Say treasure chest instead of makeup chest.
Be very specific.
Yeah, if you'll allow it, I will do it.
Yeah, you can do whatever you
Kill
want.
time some way.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like feasible for us to leave the bubble at this depth, then I'm all for it.
Oh, I could be an
Oh,
octopus.
I
I could also be an
Oh
octopus.
my god, let's be
Whoa.
octopuses.
Couple of squids.
Squidlies.
That was such a innocent response. Squidlies.
Diddly diddly. So, Angajuk is sort of just almost lazily, in a way, just sort of like drifting in between ship sails and like these massive hulks of ships. What do you cast locate object or anything like that?
Yeah, I might call to Angajuk. Angajuk, are you able to stop for a moment? I'd just like to observe the wreck.
Of course. And Angajuk sort of stops in place in the middle of this ancient battle. It's ancient naval battle with wrecked ships all around.
It's very kind of you, Angajuk. Thank you for stopping.
Yes, thank you.
You didn't need to do that at all.
And I will cast locate object. And the object type that I'm looking for is specifically a treasure chest.
Can you tell me with locate object, does it find a singular object? Can it locate multiple objects?
It will locate the nearest object of
Okay.
a particular kind.
All right. And can you just tell me the definition of the object that you're trying to find? You're saying treasure chest. Does your familiarity change how the spell works?
You know, it's something that I'm aware of. So there's 2 choices. It can locate a specific object known to me, as long as I've seen it up close, within 30 feet at least once. Otherwise, it can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon.
Sure. No, that's okay. I just wanted to know some specifics about the spell.
Okay.
You cast locate object, and I believe that allows you to locate something within 300 meters / 1,000 feet, yeah?
1,000 feet, yeah.
Okay. You're feeling out, and you appeal to Kalemvor to start working his magic through you, and you feel once again a shaft of grey light almost piercing from above, the depths above, as Kalemvor's power starts working through you. And you do detect something that fits that description.
Ooh.
About 500 feet away.
Guys, I've detected a treasure chest. It feels like maybe 500 feet away. I have Angajuk.
Yes.
Is there any way to manipulate the bubble, or perhaps get us access to one of the shipwrecks?
The bubble on my back is contained in the ship. I can make it only a little bigger.
That rules that out. What other options do we have? Team?
Pretty sure I could send this guy. He gestures towards the spectre that's just standing, looming at the back of the ship, just staring at all of us.
I can't help but feel that if he can pass through a bubble, he's probably going to pass through the chest as well.
I
Well, he
keep
could at
forgetting
least
that
be.
that's there, and I'd rather you didn't remind me.
Just don't look at him, maybe he'll go away.
That's been the plan the whole time, and it's not working.
Do you need to be with him, like in the vicinity?
Look, who knows?
Say no more.
There's literally no way of knowing. But I think he'd enjoy the journey. If you're happy to have him.
Happy where?
Go, to escort you to find the chest. Just in case there's any danger.
I suppose I could be an octopus.
Is there a way we could, more of us go out and explore rather than, splitting us up?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
Oh, I did take the spell. I didn't think we'd use it today, but it's called water breathing. That's probably relevant to this conversation.
That is very relevant,
I
Svieta.
think I can bet what that spell does.
Please enlighten us.
Does it let us breathe underwater?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
for 24 hours.
24 hours.
Wow.
Specifically underwater. So if we were to go up into space with those aliens, nothing would help us there.
Does it require concentration?
No, but I'll need 10 minutes.
Do you still get wrinkly, like your fingers and stuff?
Yeah.
Yuck. Imagine 24 hours in the water, you'd be like a prune.
No, you don't have to stay in the water for that long.
Oh, good.
Wait, you
can-
get wrinkly if you stay underwater too long?
Yeah.
You've never
Gross.
had a bath?
It might be to do with his lizard-like...
Scales.
Oh yeah, lizards don't sweat.
No. Well, I mean, can't. Like, lose moisture out of my tongue when I'm hot.
Well, everyone else will get really wrinkly for a little bit.
It's true.
Yeah, so I can do that, and we can all go out together.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm down.
No thanks, I'd rather die.
What do you mean?
I don't want to go out there.
Why not?
There's like sea monsters and stuff, probably.
You're telling me you don't want to fight a sea monster?
Not in the sea. If it came on the land, like if I could fight it on a beach or something, that would be awesome. But I don't want to go out there. It's a better swimmer than me.
Well, what if I cast water walking on him and it just repels him to the surface? And you
I'll send Old Maid back there, but I think I'll guard the whale. Make sure no harm falls on him.
I'm pretty sure Agmajuk is in no danger.
He seems to be doing pretty okay for himself.
Now he's even more safe with me around.
Well, we'll leave Valine here. You can come and bring your spooky ghost.
No, take Valine. She's got wizard stuff. It's probably more useful.
Why are you so cowardly?
Hey, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
cowardly. I'm very brave.
Are you
But
so
you
worried
don't-
about your hair getting wet?
You don't want to go fight a kraken with us? Is
My-
that what you're saying?
Hair looks fantastic wet, thank you. And definitely not. I don't want to fight a kraken.
I don't know. I've never
I-
seen your hair wet.
Do we have to get him uncursed again? This is remarkably unlike you.
Can I roll a persuasion on Wodun? It's been famously good so far.
Go for it.
What do I
Can
roll?
I assist?
I don't know. What do you want to
Yes.
roll? This is you're out of territory where I understand what can happen.
I want to roll
Intimidation.
animal handling.
Oh, that's,
So lame!
that is really mean.
Or survival. Those are my best ones.
And he tamed this cat.
This cat's got me shook.
It's got this like tiny muzzle. Shush. Alright. I'm gonna roll with advantage because I have Carnelian's support.
Alright, I'm going to
Roll
say...
for wet hair.
I guess I'll just roll like... I don't know. Like one of my... Like intimidation or deception? I don't know.
Maybe you could persuade me to shut the fuck
It
up.
could be an opposed persuasion check.
Okay, alright.
It's gonna go
Let's
so
do
well.
that.
Please suck.
17.
So I rolled double 10, so I got a 9.
Nice.
Wait, you had advantage?
Yep.
I'm helping.
It's rough.
Oh, man.
Please.
Hell no.
Fine, you won't get the Kraken Slayer on your resume then.
Well, no, Svieta, why is it, Wodun? Why don't you want to do it? What's wrong?
I just don't want to go out there. I don't like deep water, okay? It just freaks me out a bit.
Wait, does anybody else here know how to swim?
I don't know yet.
I mean, I can swim, but I'm a land-based mammal.
Yeah, I can swim. I used to swim in the lake all the time.
I'm a land-based reptile. I know how to swim.
Well, like I said, I can swim. I just don't want to go out there. Into the depths. Don't you think it's freaky out there? Look. Can't see
mean-
anything.
It is scary, but it's like the unknown. There could be anything down there. Well, I mean, we know there's treasure down.
You're
There
making
could be
my
anything.
argument. You're making my argument for me. Could be anything down there.
Well, okay, fine. You can stay on the ship and guard Otto and Dogcliff. And we'll be back. Soon, hopefully.
Maybe as a precaution, we can cast water breathing on you, just in case. Wouldn't want to get stuck in a sticky situation where you had to do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
How much closer to the treasure did we move? Because I assumed we got a bit closer than 500 feet.
Well, you haven't really moved any closer because you didn't tell Anachronist where it was.
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
sort of pointed it out, but I haven't asked him to go there.
No, not yet.
Well, be willing. Slap you all with some blue aura.
I love blue aura.
It's not my favourite aura, but thank you.
It's like a turquoise.
I prefer a light grey, but I'll take it.
Being a Pisces, I'm just joking.
You a beige man?
No, I'm a follower of Callan, damn you. And Callan's grey, I've decided. Now it's canon.
It's a very neutral man.
I think it suits him. He's between black and white. Life and death.
That's deep.
Like this water.
Whoa, that's even deeper.
Oh.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I am very curious.
So, after a little
I'm
bit
a man of science. Sorry, Cal.
Sorry, I was just... So Angajuk is sort of just still bobbing there, but I'm assuming you've given him some directions to the location where you want to go.
Yeah, I'll point it out as best I can, and hopefully he can move us a bit closer.
Pointing it out scientifically for the whale, for sure. Angajuk, taking your directions, starts moving, and you can feel the object coming closer and closer. And eventually, this boat does come into view. It is a fairly large ship. Looks to be about 100 feet long and somewhere around 30 feet wide. It's quite a large boat. And you can see it sitting at the moment on the bottom, just sort of nestled into some sand. You approach the ship from above, and what you can see is in the deck of the boat is a fairly large hole that opens up into the hull below. Loose rigging, but otherwise intact masts. Obviously some sort of disaster befell this ship for it to sink and cause such a big hole in it. Angajuk sort of comes up to the side of it, resting next to the ship, and what do you do?
Well, how does it work, Svieta? Do we just go out there and go?
Yeah, just step out into the water and either swim or you can sink to the bottom and walk along it.
I see. Angajuk, how do we pierce your bubble?
My bubble will remain intact. Simply walk through.
Oh, nifty.
Carnelian is going to mount up Chucky and then have Chucky jump through the bubble to test.
Oh, I should have probably did him too.
I assume how you're going to assume.
I assume that Chucky, Otto, Dogcliff probably also got this boon as well.
Yeah.
How do owlbear cubs go swimming?
Probably not very well.
It's up to 10, right?
It is, yeah. They'll stay on the boat though.
Bears swim alright. Owls, not so much.
Valine will also stay on the boat as well.
Okay.
So you dive into the water, and the first thing that you notice as you enter is the absolute shock of how cold it is. You haven't done anything necessarily to mitigate the cold apart from your normal cold weather gear, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make me a Constitution save.
I should have thought of this, but it's okay.
Oh, fuck. It's not good, mate.
Roll one for Chucky as well.
Yeah.
Survival?
You can have
No,
mine.
Constitution.
I know Chucky didn't do as good as I did.
I got a nat 20 for 22.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So Svieta also joins very quickly after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dive
So
right in.
Sveta's okay. So Svieta, you're able to, you jump in and you get this bracing cold water that washes over you, but you're able to sort of steel yourself, and you feel like you don't want to be out in this cold water for a very long time.
No, I suppose it helps to have like a fine layer of fur just for insulation.
It's true.
Carnelian got an 18, Chucky got a 7.
The Carnelian, same thing. You feel the cold water wash over you, and being a cold-blooded dragon descent, this feels extra bad for you. But you're able to steel yourself, and you again feel like you don't want to be out here for a long time. Sharky takes 3 points of cold damage, however.
Oh, if he's not going to handle it well, I'll probably send him back into the bubble.
He like shrivels up. It's like,
Why did you make me do that?
Father help.
He wanted to come with me, and has now decided that was a bad idea.
Like a cat going out into the snow for the first
just that
time.
one paw print. Nope.
Yeah, nope.
So you instantly let Chucky go so that he can return to the bubble
Yeah.
with Wodun and Valine, because Valine's not necessarily going either, I don't think.
That's fair.
It just like circles up and like flops on the ground, like just wet. Wet noodle just slap on the deck.
Eveline opens her extra chest and gets a really big blanket. See, you can't be too prepared. Horatio.
So cold.
Like that guy you found.
A 6.
Oh no.
You take 4 points of cold damage. But for now, that's all you take. Again, as a doctor, you wouldn't recommend anyone stay in freezing cold water for a very long time. Obviously, the spell is helping quite a lot here. You are breathing underwater, you're not feeling the crushing weight of all the water that's above you, and some of the cold's getting through, but you actually feel like it could be a whole lot worse if the spell wasn't in effect.
Yep.
So what I'm going to say mechanically is every hour or so, I'll get you to make a Constitution save. This goes for everyone at the table.
Okay.
You'll take cold damage if you fail it.
Alright.
Now, Wodun's not jumping in, yeah?
No, he's not.
But you're having the Spectre go on your behalf.
Yes, he's instructing the Spectre. Sir, go with these people. He points to the people.
Its face turns to you and just goes,
Oh god.
Go! Please go with these people. Stop, and protect them with your life, please, sir.
and it just wanders out of the bubble, not even making a dent in it because it just phases through it. Otto and Dogcliff, are they coming?
I should have maybe gotten Dogcliff to go with him. I think Wodun might need like two support animals for himself. Just gazing into the abyss.
So it's just the three of you plus the Spectre?
Seems that way.
You didn't have to add the Spectre.
Well, Wodun did.
Thanks.
Bye, guys. Have fun.
Does it glow?
What is the description of a spectre?
It's an angry, unfettered spirit of humanoid that has been prevented from passing to the afterlife.
Hence why it's going with a mouth gaping open in absolute horror.
Oh, maybe yawn.
I'll also, while you're out in the depths, let you know that a spectre kills quickly and mercilessly by depriving others of life. It can gain the slightest satisfaction.
The more I find out about this thing, the less I enjoy being around it.
You turn around and the Spectre's just a little bit too close to all of you.
Oh, and he's a really bogan Spectre too, because he was one of the Australian
That's right.
You just see his facial features are this contorted, like, horror of an Australian man.
Thankfully, it specifically says, can't speak.
Oh, nice.
That's why it's just making noises.
No, what are you talking about? Like, that means it's only using the slang because that's not speech.
Yeah, it's just all...
What is speak?
Where are we going?
Okay. Your feet touch down. Everyone that's on the boat, not including the Spectre because it's incorporeal, make a perception check.
Alright. Better.
Oh, yeah.
Less good, but I have a big perception bonus, so maybe
I also
it'll
have
be
a
fine.
big P. 15.
15?
10.
10.
18.
18.
I also have a big perception bonus.
Perception boner.
So as you touch down, Horacio and Svieta, you touch down on the deck of the boat, and just for a moment, you get this sort of vibration through your feet. Almost like you're feeling something moving around in the ship itself. But once you feel it and touch down, it sort of stops very quickly.
Did you feel that, Svieta?
I did, like rumblings below us.
Carnelian, did you feel that?
No, I didn't feel anything. He'll like tap his foot on the deck a bit.
Any vibrations in response?
You don't get any vibrations in response. Real quick, does underwater breathing allow you to talk underwater?
Yes.
Or is everyone using the Svieta network?
We hang on, let me just double check.
I just need to check.
We're all logged into the Svetaverse.
Yeah, it's fine for out of combat. It's just more in combat stuff I'm tracking.
I mean, sound like travels really well. I guess it's just a case of like, how does the spell deal with water and lungs? And...
Just let me.
Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration. That's the end. It's 2 sentences long.
All right, since it's not very clear.
I will use my slug.
Yeah, I was just about to say, since it's not very clear, can we just use the Sveta with the Sveta Wi-Fi network at this point?
Svetnet, let's go.
How far does that extend to, by the way?
Svetnet!
I think it's 60.
Okay, so at the moment you can still talk to Wodun, basically.
He's still
Getting that.
He's still semi-connected, yeah.
Yeah. You're getting weak Wi-Fi signal from the whale.
Like the mobile interference.
Sveta, you're dropping out.
Yep. So, no vibration in response to you tapping.
Alright.
There's something down there, so we should proceed with caution.
Indeed.
What's the Spectre doing at this moment?
You're effectively playing the Spectre now.
Is sort of lurking maybe like 15, 20 feet behind you, just like as you move, it moves up a bit, just quietly floating in the depths.
I'll move forward a bit, like a foot, and then look back.
Just still staring at you. It sees you move, and its head just like slowly moves towards you with like no eye sockets.
I hate it.
Could you move your light spell maybe to to something that's inside the deck of the ship, so we can illuminate the inside?
Yes, I'll grab that off Ungajuk and bring that down.
So it's 30 feet, not 60.
Okay, no problem. Right now you can still... There's a weak connection to Wodun.
Yeah.
I'll just... Yeah. As Zimma suggested, or maybe Carnelian suggested, I'm going to transfer the light, or just recast it because it's a cantrip, maybe onto my mace and just hold it in front of me.
Okay, so you hold the light out in front of you. The wooden boards on the main deck are cracked from frost. A large hole in the deck exposes part of the hold to the water. The planks around the hole are marred with deep grooves, as if heavy claws had dug into them.
While that's happening, I'm going to, if we're still... we might be just dropping out of Wi-Fi range of Wodun. Maybe to try and just transmit to him that there seems like there's something down there, so if things get ugly, we might need your help. If that can reach him.
Question is Wodun going to even consider?
Well, we can only ask.
I'm going to move you on to... Let me know if you can see.
I can't.
I can't see.
Can't see shit.
Oh.
Did you draw this?
No. What? No.
There he is.
I think she'd just seen the outline rather than like the rest of it.
It's just like a black line.
Can you show me?
I can see a wrecked boat.
It's still loading in.
Yeah. You can see the upper deck of a boat with a little tiny boat on it.
Cool.
The boat had a child.
The boat had a child.
Now it lives on its parent. Symbiotic relationship.
Somehow.
So is this like in the middle, or is it like to one end or the other?
This is the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see here. You can see that hole that opens down to the hole below.
Oh.
You can see a door to your north and a door to your south.
You're at the mizzenmast.
Thanks, Carnelian.
This is a brigantine.
No, you are.
Is this a destroyer or a cruiser? Which one's the bigger one?
The cruiser is a bigger one. Though, pretty sure those nautical terms are a bit more advanced than this kind of boat.
Yes.
I would have to guess that this is a galleon.
A galleon.
You can also see some stairs leading to the fore and the aft of the ship as well. The fore of the ship is generally pretty much only got some scattered ropes and sort of debris, and the aft contains the steering, the wheel as well.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I'm just going to cast something a little bit brighter because I want to try and illuminate the lower deck, just to see if we can get an idea what's down there, making those those good vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
I have a spell.
It's just a bunch of boys down there.
G'day, boys. What are you doing down there? In the depths, boys. What are you...
What are these bloody boys doing in these bloody depths?
Get out of the depths!
You too could have been in the depths of Wodun. With the boys.
Oh, I'm aware.
I mean, technically he is.
I don't think I have that spell anymore.
Damn.
Oh, there it is. It's a higher level than I thought.
I think I can guess what it is.
Daylight.
Yeah.
It was a bold assumption.
A little bit brighter than a light spell.
Just a big candle.
Light 'em up!
Much like this, our sun is just a very big candle.
I mean, just, when you get right down to it.
I'm just reading how it's worded. So you create a 60-foot radius sphere, and it's within it is bright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to cast that in the second deck.
Okay.
Oh, the lower deck, whatever you call it.
Alright. So you still have your light, and you cast daylight underneath on the second floor of the deck, second deck.
Yes.
There's two things that you notice. One with your light that's still shining above here, and a second thing that occurs to you once you cast daylight. The first thing you notice is that off to your right, so the east, sort of northeast, that boat that you can see on the deck here, actually, just ignore the artwork for it. It doesn't look like just a dinghy that's wrecked. It looks like it has a metal top to it. It's like it's encapsulated.
Ooh.
Like it's a covered boat. And it looks like it's much newer than everything else around you. That's the first thing you notice.
Oh.
The second thing you notice is that once you cast the daylight spell, you feel the vibrations of something. Almost like it's going... moving under your feet.
Did you say scuttling?
It does have a very sort of distinct scuttle about it. And what ends up happening, you feel that vibration through your feet, and if you feel very, very carefully, it almost feels like you're hearing something. Do you know what you hear?
Yep, I already know it, but say it, you son of a bitch.
You hear the ending music starting, and we'll have to find out what happens next week on Reflex Save.
You're a crab, I know it.
I mean, there was like there was those mummified corpses where the sarcophagus was just full of juice. Mankind craves.
You may be gooey.
I guess. I mean, there was like there was those mummified corpses where the sarcophagus was just full of juice.
Yummo.
Oh yeah, they wanted to drink it, didn't they? It was like this
Corpse
black
juice.
ooze.
Mankind craves the forbidden sippies.
Have you been looking for a break from the drudgery of the real world? What if the future wasn't so bleak? What if someone was to save us all? How would that look?
I must know, does your microwave gun go ding when it's done shooting?
Well, you're in luck, because Cybertopia is a rules-light TTRPG actual play that explores just such a reality.
We've got this disco ball, which is pretty cool. We've got these two drones flying around in here, dodging in and out of the smoke.
Check us out on your podcast app of choice, and hear our rolling cast of 16 fantastic players take on weird and wild missions that the corporate overlords need taken care of for totally altruistic and benevolent reasons.
Okay, this time it's serious. I would like to turn my hacking hat backwards.